and how we can get people to be more productive, and how the manufacturing sector can come in and set up businesses that are profitable, businesses that will serve our people, businesses that will employ people. For us in Bayelsa, we have observed, and this is a fact that I've stated several times and you all know, as a people, we are a consuming society. It's nothing about being a consuming society, but the fact is that you must also try to produce what you consume. Last year or so, when we had a terrible flood disaster, and the East-West Road became impassable, you all know what we went through here. We didn't have even people involved in simple commercial activities such as bakery, or people who are having poultry farms to supply basic food items. And the whole of this state experienced an unprecedented famine in addition to the flood disaster. Now, that is something that you can all relate to it, because we all lived through it. But as a people, and sitting down where you have made me sit, the picture that I see is not palatable at all. And this is why I've always sent the message that if we want our society to be stable, if we are creating anything in this state that we think will be sustainable, then at the same time we must focus on the economy, and get our people back to production. So the message we are sending in this session, which is one of the most critical, and this is why I had to walk up here to make these opening remarks. The message that should go out to every young Bayelsan, man or woman, is go ye back to productivity. Be less and less dependent on government patronage, because no government, and certainly not our government that has an ambitious agenda that you are seeing unfolding right before you, a government of this nation, under the type of leadership that you now have, cannot have free funds that will meet the individual lifestyles and sometimes the greed and the expectations of every Bayelsan. That is not realistic. It's not a realistic expectation. We've got to move away, even as a government, and you've seen me do that, from running a government of patronage, where you get a sort of young people or some clique who will feed fat on the scarce resources, while the critical business of the people, development, building the infrastructure, investing in the core areas, in education, in security, in healthcare delivery, will take the back seat. Now, while we are pursuing our aggressive agenda, which you can all attest to, what it means is that we don't have free funds. Not for me, not for anybody in government. However, there are things your government must put in place to ensure that the economy has the right stimulus. And that was why a short while ago you saw me sign before you all, as I do all the time, certificates of occupancy, which are critical when we're talking about creating wealth and empowering our people. Empowerment in this state for a very long time has always been construed to mean giving handouts. And while you give handouts and deplete the public treasury, Not many people care about what happens to the public work, the public service that must be carried on, the work for the people that must go on. And so, we want to open up the economy as we are doing. The people must know that the land resources that we own are invaluable resources. I'm aware that part of why our people are the way they are is because of the many decades of neglect and isolation that they have suffered. In this day and age, we still do not have a road linking us to brass. And we are contending with how we can work with partners and raise about 95 to 100 billion to kickstart that critical road. This year, you will see it unfold. We will start the process. This year, we will also kickstart the process of how we get to Agay and open up all these areas. As I said in the course of my opening remarks, all these grand infrastructural investments are not just for the sake of investments, infrastructure. No, that is good, but beyond and underneath all of this investment is the need to open up the economy so that people can go there. Our real wealth is at the Atlantic. Go and invest and create wealth. But the land resources that you own are invaluable. The policies we have put in place by which all farmland, all family land, all community land even, wherever that land may be, has been designated urban and subject to my certificate of occupancy, which I'm available to sign. And here in this panel, we will also discuss our policy by which we are working with our partners to create a 20 to 25 billion naira SME development fund. Once we reduce the obstacles of accessing capital, the next challenge is, since our people for now are not too much into production and trading, we have to teach them how to do these businesses. So a school has been set up, a school for entrepreneurial training, where we will not want you to go to that school for years. No, that's not the idea. You want to start a bakery, no problem. We will get people there who will prepare a bankable proposal for you, who will teach you the basics and give you the rudimentary knowledge of how to do that business. Where you need to employ people to assist you do it, they will help you to source the people. Then the CFOs that we will sign come in. That's why I keep talking of this CFO thing. Because some form of collateralization will be needed, because this is not something that is a dash. Otherwise, a lot of our people will think that the facilities and the funds that will come their way are, as usual, government money that is nobody's business. So, we want to work with you all the way, conceptualizing your projects, training you on how to run it, working with you to access finance, getting you even to have employed the skilled manpower that you need. And some of the financial interventions will not be cash. So don't be surprised if that team does not give you money. If you want land for the business, for example, they can pay the land for you. You want somebody to clear the land, they will pay a tractor company, a caterpillar, a company that has the capacity to clear the place for you. So just now you've got land, you've got it cleared. You want a poultry, all right, we'll say we have somebody who supplies day-old chicks. We pay for the day-old chicks. We get them there. You need feed to feed them, not so. We'll say, don't worry, we have a feed company that will supply the feeds. We pay the feed. So the mindset for those of you coming into this scheme should not be that when you